Welcome to our Code of Conduct presentation. There's a lot of rules and regulations to this talk, but just about everything we do in Lincoln Way East Athletics is positive. However, we are obligated to cover some of these do's and don'ts. Our slogan for the athletic department is Win the Day. We must focus each day on what is important right now. Take care of the little details, and the big things will take care of themselves. Make each day as great as it can be. Our athletic program is built on three principles. Number one, provide opportunities for participation. 2, develop character in our student athletes. And 3, reach our highest potential in competitions. For up-to-date information about our athletic programs, you can go to our school website and click on East Athletics, or you can go directly to the website provided on this slide. We also have a Twitter account where throughout the school year we will share some of our team's highlights. We'd also like to encourage you to participate with our Athletic Booster Club. This is a tremendous group of people who volunteer their time to help support and financially fund our athletic department. More information can be found about our Athletic Booster Club on our athletic website. For the next few minutes, I will discuss communication policy within our athletic department. The first slide is what we expect our coaches to communicate to parents. Philosophy of the coach, program expectations for student athletes including attendance policies, location times of all practices and contests, general team logistics, injury policy, and contact information, including the best time and way to reach them. This slide shows things that parents should feel free to communicate to coaches about. Notification of any schedule conflicts, concerns about coaches' philosophy and/or expectations, the treatment of your child, or any general concerns that you may have about your child. Here are some issues that we deem not appropriate to discuss with our coaches. Team strategy and play calling, other student athletes, in playing time. Our coaches are professionals who spend a lot of time evaluating all aspects of the program. We ask that you respect and trust their judgment. We do have some steps in place in case there are any issues. We ask that you follow these steps. Number 1, student athlete meets with the coach. Our coaches have open door policies. Our student athletes should feel free to meet with the coach to discuss any issue. If that isn't satisfactory, the second step would be for the parents to reach out to the coach. And then lastly, the parents reach out to the athletic director. However, the first question I will always ask is, have you discussed this problem with the coach? The last slide about communication is the 24-hour rule. Please do not attempt to confront a coach before or after a contest or a practice. These are very emotional times for all involved. Give the issue 24 hours, and if it's still a problem, please then reach out to the coach. We will now discuss the Lincoln Way East Code of Conduct policy. 2 solid principles that we always discuss with our student athletes. Number 1, make great decisions and take responsibility for those decisions. And number 2, choose your friends wisely. Hang out with friends who share your convictions, who are motivated to be successful in athletics, academics, and in life. The Code of Conduct is a contract between Lincoln Way East High School, the student athlete, and the parents of those student athletes. The Code of Conduct is in effect from today until graduation. There is no off-season or weekends off. The Code is in effect 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. What procedures are followed if there's a potential code violation? An investigation will be conducted. The student athlete will meet with the athletic director and/or associate principal. After that meeting takes place, we will contact the parents or guardians to discuss the Code of Conduct violation. If a Code of Conduct violation has been determined, a follow-up letter will be sent to the student and parents regarding any violation and consequences. There is an appeal process, but it does not postpone the suspension. The decision of the principal shall be final in an appeal. What prohibited conduct are we talking about? Possessing or attempting to possess, use, distribute, or sell drugs, alcohol, or tobacco, and knowingly remaining in the immediate presence of any person who is illegally using or possessing drugs, alcohol, or tobacco. If a student athlete is around this activity, even if they are not partaking, it is still a code of conduct. Consequences for first-time offenses. Suspension from the activity for the equivalent of 1 complete season. However, if an assessment, educational program, or treatment is completed, the suspension will be reduced to 20% of the scheduled contests. We require written proof of meetings with any counselor before the student athlete is deemed eligible to resume participation in games. During the time of the suspension, the student will be required to attend and participate in all practices, but just cannot compete in competitions. And also, the student athlete must complete the entire season in order for the suspension to count. For any second offense, it is all the same language. However, the suspension is 50% of games. Please take some time to look at the suspension tables for all of our sports through our 3 athletic seasons. What happens if a student athlete commits a third offense? Permanent suspension from participating in activities for the remainder of the student athlete's high school career. Unfortunately, their high school athletic career is finished. Other conduct that can result in a code violation. Any offense of hazing or bullying. Theft, assault, vandalism, illegal use of a weapon, or any other offense which can be punishable by a court of law. The use of vulgarity, derogatory, or racial language. Any social media posts that represent use of prohibited substances, hazing, or other conduct deemed inappropriate by Lincoln Way East standards. Taking that a step further, if a student athlete films or receives any inappropriate social media that they forward on, this is also a violation. Lastly, failure to abide by any other Lincoln Way or IHSA rules or regulations. Consequences in general for other prohibited conduct. Failure to abide by any provisions contained in the Code of Conduct may result from anywhere between temporary suspension to permanent disqualification from participating in any Lincoln Way extracurricular and or co-curricular student activity programs for the remainder of the student's high school career. There is a stage called voluntary admission. When a parent and or student initiates admission with a certified employee of the school district before the student is arrested, detained, confronted, or apprehended by law enforcement personnel, school personnel, or before a school investigation has begun. This counts as an offense, but there is no suspension from competition. This is one time only and cannot be used on a third offense. Thank you for reviewing our Code of Conduct policy. Congratulations to all of our student athletes for making the commitment to being part of our athletic teams. We ask that you represent our school and our community with great pride.